Ashik, many of the people here have been donating to Maiwa's kind of fundraising for this situation. This situation, although we trade with the leatherworkers, and at this point we don't trade with the weavers, because of the, just to explain a bit more, because of the cooperative and because of the support back and forth between weavers and leatherworkers, they're all affected. Is that correct?
I didn't quite catch the question.
Because, as you know, in our talking, many of the people here tonight in the audience have been donating to a fund to raise the money to pay off this debt. And the debt is between, although the debt is from the weavers, because it is also affects the leatherworkers because it is an alliance, it's a cooperative, and both are affected. Is that not correct?
That is correct. What is coming up now is that there are several fine institutions that have offered to work with the Artisans Alliance of Jawaja to improve their business practices and to enable them to become effective entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship with strong marketing skills is at the heart of sustainability. And the situation that has arisen is something that must never allow to happen again. What they plan to do are two things, and we're working on that right now. One is to ensure that there are uniform practices within the association, that the leather workers and the weavers adopt exactly the same business practices, so that clients dealing with the Artisans of Alliance of Jawaja don't have to guess whether the weavers are working one way and the leather workers are working another. So that's one big step. The other is to, as I say, raise this amount of money, and then what? The idea is that they would pay back, and what we're also exploring is they would pay back into a development fund, and that development fund could be and should be used to share their skills with other artisans. This is something they've been doing for many, many years. This was the terms on which NID and IIM worked with these artisans in the beginning. Nothing was given free. No services from institutions was given free, but payment was taken in kind. The weavers and the leather workers undertook that if they received services from NID and IIM, they in turn would help others. And that's the culture that we want to sustain through this effort. That no handouts, you take a loan, you pay back that loan goes into a development fund, which then the Artisans Alliance of Jawaja uses to help other artisans, to share their skills, not just their craft skills, but to share their management experience, their successes as well as their failures, and to help other artisans to ensure that they don't have to face the same kind of difficulties that Arjas had to face over 30 years.
Do we have any more questions? Yeah. The question from the audience is, what are your hopes for the future?
भविष्य की आपका क्या आशा है? आप क्या चाहते हैं भविष्य की?
हम तो मायवा हैंड प्रिंट से दोनों ग्रुप के लिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जो ऑर्डर मिले हमें वो ज़्यादा चाहते हैं.
Weavers?
हमारे तो ये है कि भी हमको ऑर्डर समय समय पे मतलब अच्छा मिलता रहे ताकि हम लोग काम करके हम लोग अपना काम सही तरीके से चला सकें.
और अपने परिवार, अपने बच्चों के लिए, दूसरी पीढ़ी के लिए, उनके लिए क्या आशा है आपका? क्या उम्मीद है?
परिवार के बच्चे जैसे जैसे मतलब सीखते हैं वैसे मतलब दूसरा काम नहीं करके और इसके साथ ही जुड़ते हैं.
The response was the most important hope they have is of orders coming in for both bags and for textiles. Their hope for the next generation and for their families is that they would leave behind a situation that was healthy and that the next generation would feel a pride and a security in continuing the traditions of their forefathers.
I would like to know if the artisans here have any questions for our audience tonight.
पूछ रहे हैं कि आप कुछ प्रश्न पूछने चाहते हैं?
मैं ये कनाडा वासियों को जो हमारे हैंडीक्राफ्ट का सामान है क्या बहुत अच्छा लगता है क्या?
Babulal asked the question that what do folk in Canada think of their leather products?
It might be interesting for the audience to just, how many people have a Jawaja leather bag? For them, for them to see how many people here have purchased a Jawaja leather bag. Yeah, hold them up.
Sukhdev ji, the president of Arts, says it gives them immense pleasure to know that so many of you have
Anywhere we go in the city, when I'm traveling, when I'm on my way to India and I'm in an airport, that's like a badge of honor. People will come across and go, "Oh my God, you have a Jawaja bag. Where did you get it?" And it's just so wonderful. But they really, really stand out anywhere they are. They have such strong design, and they're always so beautifully made that people wear them and wear them and wear them. And they age so beautifully. So we all wear our Jawaja bags very proudly.
चौलर बहन कह रहे हैं कि वहाँ उनको ये अनुभव काफ़ी होता है कि लोग एयरपोर्ट में रास्ते पर आके पूछते हैं कि आपका भी जवाजा बैग है, तो ये नाम फैल गया है और वो काफ़ी गौरव से कहते हैं कि हाँ हम जवाजा के प्रोडक्ट्स हैं. There's an interesting little story. Soon after Ravi Mathai passed away, very sadly, 20 years ago, his widow was standing on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C., outside the White House. And a car went by, and the bumper, what do you call it? The bumper sticker, not a sticker, but the license plate said, Jawaja. And we're still trying to figure out who that was.
I was really glad to hear about the school bag story because I've been taking such very good, careful care of my bag, wanting it to last a huge long time. So now I know I can drag it around and it doesn't, it's not going to deteriorate. It's fabulous quality, and thank you for that.
कह रहे हैं कि वो स्कूल बैग को जो कहानी मैंने सुनाई उसके बारे में वो बहुत खुश है सुनने, क्योंकि बहुत आदर से रखती है बैग. अब आपको पता चला है कि वो मामूली काम चला सकते हैं, बैग का कुछ खतरा नहीं होगा. That's very true, and in fact the bags age beautifully. The more bashing they get, the more beautiful they get. At least that's my experience.